fight, and more than any fight that I ever look forward to. Just because it's my first world title fight, and it's the beginning of many more and a great career for me, so I'm really excited. My career has gone not the way I thought it was gonna go. I honestly thought that it was gonna take longer for me to fight for a world title, but the timing is right and everything is perfect, so I'm fighting for a world title, my 13th fight. A lot of people haven't done that, and this is a big goal for me.
The belt don't mean shit. It don't mean nothing. But you worked your whole ass, you hurt your whole fucking life to get to that point, man, and win that world championship. And now the shit means nothing. And trust me, I'm not stupid. You get to a certain point where you become a superstar in the game, you know what I'm saying? And you don't need to have a belt. Y'all all want to be undisputed. Y'all paying, you know, 3 or 4 sanctioning fees. Y'all have done one that want all of that. All you need is 1. You don't need 4. Especially now. I'm thinking now that y'all don't even care about the damn belts anymore. They don't matter. Well, shit, they matter to some, okay? They matter to some, and they matter to me. Because, again,
in the world of professional boxing, the belt has always been the ultimate symbol of glory. But right now, it's become the center of a toxic civil war that's threatening to tear the sport apart. That's exactly the firestorm Shakur Stevenson just ignited, and the insiders of the game are absolutely losing it. This isn't just about a few $1,000s, it's about a massive shift in power that has guys like Oscar De La Hoya and Teofimo Lopez claiming that the integrity of boxing is being sold.
Every fighter who goes into the ring in a WBC fight has a life and medical expenses insurance, and the whole card is protected. I mean, there's so many things. We don't say
so many things.
We don't say.
We don't talk about it. We don't. But you know what? When a fighter who has a name or this and it says, "Oh, I don't have to pay sanction fees," well, guess what? Shame on you. Shame on you.
Oscar De La Hoya didn't hold back when the news broke that Shakur Stevenson reportedly stiffed the WBC on his sanctioning fees. To Oscar, this isn't just a business move, it's a betrayal of the very foundation that made him a household name. He's calling it an absolute shame, and he's not just talking about the history of the green belt.
Oscar, I mean, the elephant in the room is Teo's recent fight. You know, Shakur didn't pay the sanctioning fee.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on it?
Shame on him. Shame on him, because he knows that as a kid, all he dreamt about was fighting for the green belt. Okay? And it's not about just, oh, I'm gonna pay sanction fees. No, you're gonna pay for kids' medicals. You're gonna pay for the doctors outside who are gonna take care of you. You're gonna pay for all these programs that are continuing to help the sport. So if you don't want to pay the sanctioning fee, shame on you.
Oscar revealed a side of the business most fans never see, explaining that those fees aren't just lining the pockets of suits in Mexico City. They fund medical programs, they provide ringside ambulances, and they support children battling cancer globally. According to Oscar, when a superstar like Shakur decides he's too big for the fees, he's effectively taking money away from the safety net that protects every fighter who steps into that ring.
So I guess to all fighters, pay your sanctioning fees. There's a good reason why behind it.
Well, everything goes back to boxing.
Thank you. There you go.
And every action by the WBC, every action is on behalf of the promoters and the fighters. Of course, it is not one person, it is the whole world.
See, the thing that people have to understand is that when we pay sanctioning fees, they're not going into anybody's pocket. They're going to these programs to help other kids who have cancer, who have some kind of illness, all over the world. We're not just talking about Los Angeles or New York. We're talking about globally. And that takes funding. And it's funding from the fighters to the president of the WBC, to all the organizers. It takes an army to help people out. So when you're not paying sanctioning fees, guess what? You're doing an unjust to anybody who needs help. That's the bottom line, because WBC does care. I know that firsthand.
He has been horribly, shaped into something. It's not an amount, it's a percentage. And it is, on the big fights, the percentage is very much low. We have 50 employees in Mexico City, hundreds around the world, offices, all the administration.
And I'm very passionate about this because what pisses me off is that I'm not saying every fighter out there is, but these fighters are starting to talk. A handful, not all of them, a handful. Oh, well, don't pay sanctioning fees. What are you talking about? Those sanctioning fees are to carry the sport. Those sanctioning fees are to help. That's all it is to help. To make sure that you have medicals. What if something happens to you in the fight and there's no ambulance outside? Well, guess what? Because you didn't pay your sanctioning fees? No, you have to make sure that we do pay the sanctioning fees because so much good is happening around the world because of those sanctioning fees.
Teofimo Lopez took the criticism a step further, making it personal and questioning Shakur's very character. For Teo, this is a matter of standing on your word. He pointed out the hypocrisy of a fighter using the WBC rankings to climb the ladder, begging for that #1 contender spot, only to turn around and treat the organization like a dine and dash at a cheap restaurant once the gold is around their waist.
Teo, what did you think about it?
Well, I think even going to that, where he states it's, I've even seen like in the amateurs where the WBC is also having amateur shows and competitions where you're fighting for the green belt, just to have like the sense of what it will feel like when you get to the pro ranks. So yeah, it's do your part as a champion, as a fighter. We know what we're signing up for, and if you're saying to the WBC president and to the sanctioning bodies, if you're telling them, yes, I will pay you after the fight, or however it goes, you gotta stand on your word. If you got, in this world, you gotta have your balls and your word, and if you don't have them, what person or what champ are you? So.
Lopez is arguing that if you sign the contract and fight for the prize, you have to have the balls to honor the agreement.
Tim does a Storm Bradley. You already know the rest. Damn, man. And look, man, I'm sick and tired of all these young fighters, man. Are y'all dumb or something, man? Why y'all downplaying the belts like that? That don't make no damn sense. It's disrespectful for the ones that came before you, man. Yeah, just because you able to make millions and millions of dollars without making a belt now because you got guys like Turkey Al-Sheikh that's spoiling y'all ass, that the belts don't mean nothing. Man, I swear, man, y'all tripping, man, for real. Y'all making it worse for the next generation. And y'all don't freaking see it, man. Stop downplaying the damn belts like they don't mean nothing. Because look, the last time I checked, what? Shakur Stevenson was what, a 4-division world champion? 4-division world champion. Now, if the belts don't mean nothing, then what? He ain't done shit in the sport. He ain't done nothing in the sport. You gotta have trophies. That's what you gotta have. You gotta have trophies in the sport. You gotta have something that that can solidify your legacy. And that's what the belts has been here long enough. Long enough. WBC, do you understand that WBC has done so much for the damn sport, man? Done so much for the sport. IBF. You know, all these guys have done a lot for this sport. WBO, you know. Come on now. You know, and I understand that nothing is freaking perfect, man. Nothing is perfect. The promoters ain't perfect. You know, this new entity that's getting in ain't perfect. You know, the Sheik ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect in this damn world or sport, period. Right? But y'all got to stop downplaying this belt, man, because if y'all continue to do that, man, and these belts get eradicated, man, guess who's going to have all control, bro?
While the world was busy trashing Shakur, Tim Bradley stepped into the booth to drop a massive truth bomb that shifted the entire conversation.
Boxing ain't always been great, but damn, boxing has always been, fighters have been paid a lot more money than any other sport in the world, man. Yeah. Boxers have been literally on the Forbes list, on top 3 every single damn year. For the highest paid athletes in the world, man. Why don't y'all understand? You know, and look, and this ain't no shade towards, you know, Dana and all of them. I'm just saying, man, you know, this is exactly what they want. They want y'all to try to get these belts eradicated, you know what I'm saying? And a Zuffa damn belt to be the main, and the Ring magazine belt, because it's free. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? You know, you go to church, you pay your tithes. That's just what it is. Pay your 10%. You pay your tithes, right? Same thing in boxing. They saying, why you gotta pay for a belt that you earn? What, you think people work for free? How many boxers out there will fight for free? Go ahead. Yeah, fight for free. Oh yeah, all the work you put in. Yeah, all the stuff that you done. Yeah, just fight for free. I bet none of y'all be signing up to fight for free. So you think the sanctioning bodies need? That's how they eat. That's how they eat. That's how they keep the sport the way it is. Now, I'm not saying that they perfect. They not perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Your ass ain't even perfect. Yeah. You looking at this? No, your ass ain't perfect. Ain't nobody perfect on this damn earth. Nobody. Period.
Bradley defended the legacy of the belts, but he turned the spotlight on who the real crooks in boxing are. He's asking why everyone is screaming about a 2 or 3% sanctioning fee when managers are out here taking a staggering 33% of a fighter's purse for making a couple of phone calls.
Of, sanctioning fees and how crazy the sanctioning bodies are and so on and so forth, man. Let me just spill the beans, man. Let me just tell y'all the trail, right? Listen up. When a fighter has to pay a cut man is anywhere from 2 to 3% for the cut man. A cut man. Think about that. A cut man who can save you in this fight. You paying this guy 2 to 3% of your purse. Yes. Oh yeah. So you're reacting to the sanctioning bodies because the sanctioning bodies getting anywhere from 2 to 3%. You know what I'm saying? That's going to increase the value of your business, right? And it's always been that way, okay? And they provide all the rankings, right? A lot of the rules, they sanction the fights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they give you that greasy belt. I get you. I understand it. However, those ain't the crooks. They not the crooks.
Bradley's argument is simple. The belts increase your value and your legacy, yet fighters are complaining about the smallest check they have to write while their advisors are walking away with a third of their life's work.
I'm gonna tell you who the crooks are, or who can be the crooks. Okay, who can be the crooks? I'm gonna let y'all know where the most money comes out for a fighter. Guess what? It's the managers. Yeah, y'all managers, y'all trust, y'all love y'all managers. Oh, they the best. They this, they got you here. They did all this stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all don't even realize y'all could have got there yourself. But anyways, I'm just gonna continue to elaborate on my point. But a lot of managers out here, because I guess the required amount of money you need to pay a manager is 33 1/3. Y'all didn't know that? 33 1/3% of your damn purse. Think about that for a second. Think about it. 33 1/3, right? A phone call. Hey, yeah, we want to do that fight. Yeah. Well, such won't take a phone call. 33 1/3. All right, some managers, they might front you housing and pay for this or pay for that. I mean, when you get to a certain status or the elite level, the manager don't need to take 33 1/3. Okay, all right, there's some managers out there taking 20%. Still a whole lot of damn money. 20%. Think about that. It's a lot of damn money. 20% of your purse. Think about that. Okay? The trainer who's training you is getting anywhere from 5 to 10%, and this is your trainer training you to get ready for a fight, but a manager making 15 to 20%, making more than the trainer. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. So a lot of you fighters complaining about, the 2% or 3% from a sanctioning body. What you should be complaining about and what you should be looking at is how much you paying your damn manager.
This drama is fueling a massive conspiracy theory that's been whispering through the locker rooms for months. Is this a coordinated effort to bankrupt the traditional sanctioning bodies? With Dana White's Zuffa boxing and the massive influence of Saudi Arabia's Turki Al-Sheikh entering the fray, many believe we are witnessing the end of the four-belt era. The fear among purists is that if the WBC and IBF are marginalized, boxing will turn into a dictatorship where one or two entities decide who fights, what they wear, and how much they get paid, with no independent rankings to protect the athletes.
But I'm just saying, man, I'm just saying. So, before y'all go downplaying all these belts, man, You know, think about the next generation. Think about the little ones, man, that's training that right now, man, that want to be a champion. You know, we talking about, oh, there's too many belts in boxing, too many belts in boxing. Well, shit, if you don't get a strap, how the hell your money gonna increase, right? How is it gonna getting the strap increase your value? It does. You can't say it don't. It increase your value. Absolutely. Championships, right? It's legacy attached to those straps. Y'all can't ever forget that. Legacy's attached to those belts, man. Those belts been around for years. Years, man. It's been a couple of months. This Zuffa damn belt, ain't nobody even won the Zuffa belt yet. I'm just saying, man. You know, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, maybe the Zuffa belt will be worth it. You know, as they continue to grow, maybe it'll be worth it then. But Zuffa is just the same thing as the WBC, the WBC. It's the same damn thing, and y'all don't see it. Just because you get it for free. Ain't that something? When you have a child, you see how expensive that is, right? That's the way I view boxing. It's like, yo, with boxing, you got a relationship. With boxing, you in here fighting, you paying your dues, you know what I'm saying? And then guess what? You reap the rewards. The rewards is the kids. You get your kids because they're part of your legacy. Each belt you win, that's a kid. Yeah, it's a part of your legacy. Yeah, you pay out. Yeah, but that's what you paying for, your legacy. Yeah, taking care of your child. You paying for your legacy.
By refusing to pay these fees, Shakur might be the first domino in a collapse that changes the sport forever. The debate has now evolved into a clash between legacy and the bag. To the old generation, a belt is like a piece of history. It's something you nurture and protect because it represents your place in history. To the new school, it's just a greasy strap of leather and tin that isn't worth the millions of dollars in fees it costs over a career. But as Bradley pointed out, when these fighters win their first world title, they all cry tears of joy on camera. Those tears aren't for the money, they're for the validation. If the biggest names in the sport collectively decide to stop paying for the privilege of being a champion, the honor system that has governed boxing for 60 years is officially dead.
But I'm just saying, man, you know, I'm just saying. So before y'all go downplaying all these belts, man, you know, think about the next generation. Think about the little ones, man, that's training that right now, man, that want to be a champion. You know, we talking about, oh, there's too many belts in boxing, too many belts in boxing. Well, shit, if you don't get a strap, how the hell your money gonna increase? Go back, all you fighters that win world championships, for the first time, go back and watch your ass when you win that first world championship on tape and watch them tears come out of your damn eye.
The WBC has always operated on a level of good faith, often not requiring fees up front, but this recent rebellion might force them to become as cold and calculated as the promoters they work with. A fighter doesn't become great as soon as they step in the amateur boxing ring. It's these belts that take the initial steps in shaping their legacy. So is it right to abandon them as soon as you have made a name for yourself? What about the other amateur fighters that have still to fulfill their dreams? At the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, if the belts disappear, so does the path for the underdog to climb the rankings and force the big names to fight them.
I got a question. I heard you say in good faith, you don't require fighters to pay the sanctioning fees up front. Have you thought about maybe changing that? As of recent, it seems like you guys maybe lost out on fees after the fact.
No. If a fighter does not value what the WBC is and does not want to represent the WBC, no problem. We have no issue. We love, the only reason of existence of the WBC is the fighters.
The honor system.
Well, you can't. If you want to be a world champion, you got to be a champ for the people, and the WBC and the other sanctioning bodies represent that. They do it for the people in their own way of sanctioning and programs. So you can't like say no to it when you're making X amount, fighting for something that is the prize, and that's being a world champion. I still hold the values of that. Champ does.
I mean, look, when I was coming up as a kid, I wanted to fight for the WBC. And what do I have to do? I have to scale the rankings. And when I'm scaling the rankings, I'm praising the WBC. I love you guys. I love you guys. But when somebody else comes and says, well, I'm not going to pay sanctioning fees. Well, what happened to you when you were scaling the rankings just like everybody else, and hoping that the WBC ranks you amongst the very best, okay? Because that's all they do, is they rank you with the best.
Why did you fight Chavez? You were the number one contender, mandatory contender.
I had a double whammy there because I not only fight for the green belt, the most important belt, but I fought my hero. So it was a double whammy.
Well, look, as a proud WBC champion, you know, when I got that belt, it was a dream come true. And every single fighter has dreamed about becoming a champion. Maybe it's that green belt or other belts, but they want to be that champion. They want to come out of that arena holding the belt. They want to be called champ outside, you know, daily life. So without a belt, then the image of a champion is that belt. So a lot is changing because popularity is carrying more weight than a belt now. The name is carrying more belt. These fighters are making a lot of money, life-changing money. That's not how it was back in the day. So I think money's talking, their name is talking, the promotion is talking, and the belt, little by little, is becoming less and less important.
Without the sanctioning bodies, boxing risks becoming a series of influencer matches where popularity matters more than skill. Whether you love him or hate him, Shakur's refusal to pay has forced a conversation that boxing has been avoiding. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.